Yeah, Seth is actually like a fucking murderous comic.
Oh, comic. Oh, good.
And roast battler. So I thought he was going to take the whole fucking thing.
I was pretending to think that you meant like just a murderer.
Just a murderer. So we should start.
Well, he is pretty tall. So.
Wait, which one, Avery or Sed? Because
I mean, I guess both of them. But yeah. I mean, they're both tall, but Avery's not tall.
You're thinking of the word big.
I'm thinking of the word black. I'm doing a white guy trying not to say black.
You failed. You just said it.
Which, by the way, I can't. Is Avery just roasting you, or is it a?
No,
tourney?
we're roasting each other tomorrow.
Well, no,
tonight. I mean,
is it a tourney or?
No, it's just us. Okay. Yeah, and then Queenie, a trans man or some. Might be just a cross-dresser. I haven't.
You could ask me about this before the podcast, and I could tell you how to not get people mad at you.
No. I just haven't asked them what their preferred pronouns and backstory is because we're not exactly
well,
tight.
Someone who would be drowned in Texas.
Yes, somebody who would be put to death for mental retardation in Texas. Is roasting Bob Keane, one of the funniest comics in the scene. So it's like somebody who has the natural git of looking absolutely ridiculous and living their entire life being roasted. So they're a fucking murderer with roasts, roasting somebody who's been in comedy for 20 years.
By the way, is that like what his basic cable commercial says? I'm Bob Keane, one of the funniest comics on the scene.
Yeah, no, he talked exactly like anybody from Chicago stereotypically talks.
Like... Hey, I'm Julius Pepperwood.
Yeah.
Thin crust pizza? No, thank you.
I eat deep dish not just when family's in town, but every fucking day. Because I am dying.
One time a delivery man cut my deep dish and I cut him.
If you eat deep dish with a fork, you're just an American. Which is
that's
the proper
the
way to
correct,
eat.
Yeah,
you gotta eat deep dish. You're trying to eat it with your hands, you're a freak.
You shouldn't cut it. That is true. It gets soggy if you
gets
cut
in the
it.
whole pot, like... What do you mean?
You get a whole pie, and then, well, you shouldn't have it cut at the pizza place.
Oh,
it should be delivered as an intact circle.
Oh.
And then you cut it at your own house.
Oh, I did not know that rule. I do like the fact that it's a full 2 inches of dough and then they do like sauce and stuff.
And then
on
they
top.
add
Yeah.
very good.
It's good.
Double dough is still a perfect type of pizza. But
oh yeah, mod pizza. Anyways, we should race we should race riot Avery right now.
All right. Avery, don't fucking marry my daughter. Don't worry, she'd say no.
I've been trying to come up with a TikTok joke for them for so long because he's famous on TikTok. So I want to be like,
famous on TikTok?
Yeah, the best I've come up with so far. Hang on, I'm gonna use props. The best I've come up with so far is Avery blew up on TikTok a site for children when all they wanted to do was blow children. I can't think of a better pedophile TikTok joke. There's a more condensed version of that, which is Avery's TikTok famous, a.k.a. a savvy pedophile. I don't know.
Or Avery's TikTok famous, and the reason I told you that is because he knows it's wrong.
I like that one.
Or this is very niche, but Avery, you look like my ex-boyfriend before he started taking testosterone.
Are you even coming tonight? Because if you're...
No.
You look like Kellen Frank's ex-boyfriend.
I'm just saying that one on the podcast. And then, like, my dad might get that. That's the only person. But it's uncanny. I had to mention it.
Oh, yeah. Avery looks like Slender Man, but whiter.
And with more facial
I gotta
features.
think of a better...
And yet somehow, less descript.
I still that's the best I've come up with the TikTok pedophile, and I can't think of a better one. It's hard.
You have a projector that you can put his tube Facebook profile pictures up there and be like, why did you leave this one there?
Get rid of it. It seems like you want to anyways. He's marrying like an Asian model, so his
one of those kind of white guys.
His life is just all my incognito searches. There's a lot of good ones for him.
So what the fuck are his incognito searches?
Oh,
I mean
God.
TikTok related.
Yeah. What's the legal age of consent in, and then whatever state he happens to be touring in that day.
You can track him by where he's Googling these.
Yeah, for real.
If there's no Google, that means he's in either Illinois, Iowa, or Indiana because he's got those down pat.
He's TikTok famous, which means he's on a watch list.
Avery is well equipped as a pedophile because if he walked into a high school, someone would ask him for a hall pass. So he could go pretty well undercover.
He looks like a stretched out baby. Is one I really like.
Whereas I look like just a baby where you just scaled up. 200%.
Yeah, instead of
he has the same amount of mass that he had.
Heist stat.
Yeah. And I maxed out the
rest of them.
Yeah. Except charisma. Just in very specific circumstances.
But I've worked on it very hard. So.
I've worked on it very hard. It's still not maxed out unless I have had 4.5 beers or 3.5 IPAs.
And you need a magical enchanted item as well, like a necklace or a fedora. Are we doing Fallout rules or Skull?
Fedora definitely does not. That's a debuff.
Negative charisma.
That nerfs charisma. Also, so does saying nerf and buff.
Negative nerf charisma, buff sword skills.
I mean, blade skills of any kind, really.
Yeah, really.
Including sais, katanas, wakizashis. Only the Asian ones, probably.
Realistically, yeah.
I feel like
and
guys with
knowledge
fedoras
plus anime knowledge.
If a guy with a fedora came at me with a katana, I might be like, he might know a little bit of how to use that, and I don't have anything. Yeah. But if he came at me with like a Zweihände broadsword, I'd be like, he doesn't know what to do with that.
That's heavy for him. That's 18
when he studied
pounds.
the blade, he studied specifically single-edged Japanese ones, and probably the special one where the blade's on the inside.
Any Mortal Kombat blade, really.
Yes, a blade on a chain of any kind, but not a Morningstar.
If somebody was wearing a bikini while using this blade, it would not seem out of place. That is what he likes the best. And that is what he Google searches.
This can all be adapted to Avery, I think.
That and neckbeard searches. How to get rid of neckbeard.
Well, you shave it. That's what I should have done this morning. But I was busy driving home this morning.
We had a rough night last night.
Not from sex, to be clear.
You can't have sex on this bunk bed I have in my office now.
Connor's currently sitting under a bunk bed like he's in a Land's End catalog for a dorm room in 2005. And it really ties the room together, and there's a lot of room for activities. But wouldn't it be a fucking feat to get laid in a loft bed?
I've done it. Don't. It's scary. It's rickety.
I did sleep in this thing last night, and it's got some wobble to it.
It's like getting laid on top of a newborn baby deer. You're like, oh, this is going down.
It's like a waterbed, but it's not fun.
Kylie's always afraid of it falling through the middle, and I'm like, that's where it's the sturdiest. You need to worry about lateral motion.
It's not the slats aren't going to break. You're going to go over.
It's gonna. Hopefully, it tips that way away from the computer equipment. That's the hope.
That would be nice.
That's the best case scenario, if we're being totally honest.
I mean, just don't fuck on it, really.
Yeah,
You've got a normal bed.
There is a no fucking rule here. Fuck on the floor. What's wrong with you? Just fuck on the floor.
It's a rug burn, though.
If you need, how are you fucking? Rug burn
with a lot of friction.
Yeah, really. Zero lube.
Well, I lay down on the ground and spin, and then they just got to figure out how to participate.
So you lay down on your penis and spin like a top around it.
Yeah.
So they really got to figure it out.
So, and if I did that on this luscious shag carpeting, it would look like I'd been doing the rosy palm way too much every day.
For all the time. There's a little bits of broken glass in this carpet too. So
really? Well, that makes sense.
Bonus pieces.
There's little bits of broken glass around my apartment, too.
Yeah. When it breaks on fucking carpet, you can only do so much.
But it also breaks into a shitload of pieces, and sometimes they go under tables.
Yeah.
And you're picking them up drunk, because when else do you break a glass? And then you just step on it later.
Found it.
And that's what happened to my foot.
Let me see your toe.
It's got a Band-Aid on it. It'd be a whole fucking production. But I thought that I had mostly ripped off my toenail last night by sprinting in flip-flops through the night. But turns out I just tore a little bit of, sort of sanded away some of the flesh. So I think I joked last night that I hope no one that I fuck has a foot fetish, because they're not great already.
Yeah.
It's worse now.
Yeah. Well, that jogging to keep warm really worked, because by the time we got to the bar, I did not feel the need to move
I couldn't breathe.
Yeah. Well, you were warm, I bet.
Sure.
Sweating bullets.
With the heart rate of a hummingbird.
Yeah, I checked my heart rate after a light jog. It was 180, and I'm like,
That's high.
My resting heart rate's 60.
I was in that state where if I cough, I can feel the pressure in every single artery. I gotta assume one day I'm gonna cough and just die.
cough
It's
and
just bits, by the way.
bring a leak, and that's all that it was, and it's done.
Just gonna cough and then like a waterbed style spurt of blood out of my temple. Oh shit.
Oh no.
Good night. Good night, folks.
This is Kellen Frank signing off for the final time.
Tip your waiters. I've been saying that at the end of shifts at work.
That's pretty funny.
A lot of fun.
Coming up with new dad jokes.
It does. It seems
To
like
fit
something
the
like
dad
Dave or
body.
Frank would do, not a millennial. But
Yeah. I do like the idea of you finding out that you have high blood pressure, not by going to a doctor, but by the next time you bleed, it comes out like a fountain, like a drinking fountain. You're
like an old kung fu movie. Where like,
yeah. Oh, you know what movie we need to do? The first ever It's Just Bits Mystery Science Theater 2002?
What?
The Kung Fu Hustle.
I've been meaning to watch that, so yes.
Same. It's on Netflix. And boom. TV.
Yeah, it's a big TV right there.
And
microphone.
I'm already facing it.
I'll simply turn 180 degrees, and it'll be perfect.
Yeah. And also, I just realized I could absolutely play video games here. Nice.
Yeah, I don't know why you would need a recliner. You're reclining right now.
Because I'm bougie. Maybe I will just get like a really nice office chair that's stationary, because I can turn around, and I'm realizing right now I can see the TV perfectly fine, and this ladder is movable, and it's the only thing that might be in the way. So I can literally just get a super nice office chair.
This is what the people want to hear.
My life. They want to hear about how my new place for my keyboard is slightly too high, and it annoys the shit out of me.
Yeah, that gets frustrating.
Yeah. Not a lot of typing going on here. I'm going to get a standing desk.
Anyway, I saw a video on the way here of people in Scotland surrounding an immigration van until they let the people out. And that's pretty fucking dope.
And we should do that.
Yeah, it's a great reminder that, don't let people fuck with your neighbors. And if you decide not to, they can't.
Yep, there's more people than cops, just so we're clear.
That is the thing about cops, is there's more people than them.
Even if all of the cops in Chicago, it's not even close. It's like a percentage. Less cops out there than black people. Just throwing that out there. Do what you will with that statistic.
I mean, but also, white people hop on in there because they'll be less likely to shoot us.
I know, but I'm just saying. They can't shoot all of you.
See the Clash song White Riot, which is not about what you think it's about.
Cocaine?
No.
Oh.
No, the Clash is super... When you say White Riot, it sounds kind of like, you mean like a race riot, but the bad kind?
They stormed the Capitol shortly after that song, didn't they?
See, someone listened to I bet someone listened to the Clash's White Riot and did what they did, like, when they listened to our podcast, and I told them to get them. Same thing. And then Joe Strummer was like, no, I meant White Riot along with black people.
Just because I'm white and comedically racist doesn't mean I believe awful things. It's very different.
Yeah. That happens to the Clash constantly. Like, Rock the Casbah, which is about, like, people freeing themselves from oppressive rulers. People were blaring that in jet fighters while America was bombing the Middle East. And, like, Joe Strummer cried when he heard that because he's like, that's not what my fucking song was about, you piece of shit.
Listen to the song, you idiot. That is funny. Like, fucking the campaign song for Trump was Rock the Casbah. It's like, Jesus, no. But that's essentially what happened.
My favorite story is that Rage Against the Machine told Paul Ryan to stop using Rage Against the Machine. Like, you're the machine.
That is, you're the guy.
We're enraged at you, Paul.
Specifically you.
Bernie's, though, the last one was Rockin' in the Free World, which both, it sounds cool to patriotic Americans at first, but then also if you listen to the lyrics and vote for Bernie for the right reasons, it's about how the free world sucks ass, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's about, like, there's, like, poverty going on in the song, and
yeah,
it's not cool. It's Neil Young. He's a big protest guy.
Your daily reminder today from Kellen Frank in the morning that there are more homes left empty than homeless people.
Capitalism sure is
not by
efficient.
a small number, by an insanely multitudes.
Yeah, but there's 60 different types of toothpaste. Innovation.
And they all are owned by the same company and have the same ingredients.
Do you, by the way, are you incredibly wealthy yet from the fake currency you purchased?
Let's see.
Connor bought not Bitcoin, not
Shiba
Dogecoin, Shiba Coin.
I have a Shiba Inu.
You know, a Doge is a Shiba Inu.
Yeah, I know. But Dogecoin is not coming back.
Yeah, Elon tanked it by existing on SNL.
Which, well, everybody was like, it's going to be giant after he's on SNL. But everybody who actually invested in it is like, no, it's peak. Get out.
I did see a tweet.
I am up $8.
That's not bad.
But apparently down $9 from midnight. So at midnight, it was worth a lot.
That shit fluctuates.
Oh, it's dollars a minute. It's every time I refresh, it's a different dollar. Yep, I just lost 6 cents.
Jesus Christ, man.
Wait, I'm refreshing it again. Oh, this time it stayed steady.
Oh, windfall.
Yeah, no, this is just complicated gambling. I like it.
Have fun. I did see a tweet that said, if anybody's ever like, how did we not see this coming after society collapses? Show them a picture of Elon Musk dressed as Wario. You should have seen it coming. It's happening. I don't remember what he did. I didn't even watch what he did on SNL. I've chosen healthy thoughts.
Good man.
I would go insane.
Watching his bits on SNL?
Yeah, I would not. Last night you had to calm me down because I couldn't figure out what the theme of the college flags in the bar we were in was. And that's a way better thing to be pissed off about.
I didn't calm you down for that. I had to calm you down because immediately after I mentioned the purchase of coins I had made, and you're like, money isn't real.
And I was already keyed up. And then,
yeah, money isn't real. Well, it's not.
It's not. It is not. I don't know if you guys know this.
It's not real.
Money works when the Fed, which is a private company, types a bigger number. And now there's more money.
Neat. I wonder if you can invest in the value of $1 too, right? That's a weird one.
Yeah, it's, you
can, instead of just, so it's not just holding $1 is investing in the value of $1. You can buy stocks on the value of $1 going up or down. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, I mean, like, the finance capital and the modern capitalist economy makes about as much sense as a West Virginia family tree. It's not, it shouldn't be possible, and the fact that it is a failure of our government.
Government should regulate the stock market into not existing.
They should make stocks illegal, yes.
Yeah.
No more stocks.
Stonks.
Stocks.
I do like investing money into memes. That is funny. It's the one capital
because it's gambling. You like it because it's gambling.
I like gambling.
Which is fine. You can gamble.
Yes.
But
I'll know I'll lose on sports, and this is just this is nothing.
Right. Fine. It's just like, I'm just like, people who invest and make money, it's like, they're not doing anything. It's like, and then the most lucrative job in America is having money, because then you can just put a bunch of money in stocks.
And I could have made $8 if I had
if you'd been smart enough to check out then. Now you're probably down $50, and now you're back up $3.
Oh,
that's how fast it goes.
Up 1,000. What happened? Sell.
I once got drunk and put money into my Roth IRA, and then the next morning I was like, I made $50. No, I didn't. I spent it.
Mm-hmm. Tax deferred? No, that's tax.
I pay tax on it now, so when I take it out later,
Good.
It just comes right out. Yeah.
Because taxes aren't going down. This is our financial podcast.
Welcome to Mad Money, the podcast.
It's just ticks. Like a ticker. And also ticks. We have Tourette's.
And Lyme disease. We're investing to pay for our medical care.
We're never going to get married.
We're quite sick.
Help.
This is mainly an advertisement for the Kickstarter for our medical bills.
Please help.
Because I have a Tourette's tick where I take a Lyme disease tick and stick it in my neck, and I can't stop. I look like a dog on one of those Animal Planet shows.
Aww.
Yeah, one of those shows that was about how fucked up animals can get.
Yeah. Have you seen ticks in deer's eyes? It's horrifying.
No, then I won't.
If you want to Google it and ruin your day,
I won't.
You won't be able to think about it again.
I'm thinking about it already.
I don't like it. I wish I could stop.
Get on a different part of the deer, asshole.
It's not one tick either.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm
sure it doesn't get traction on the internet for just one tick.
Yeah. Bitch.
It's like that scene in whatever movie where they're like, the world must be healing. Look at that healthy deer. And then the deer turns around and the entire other side is just tumors. Except it's ticks.
I don't remember that.
I don't know what it was.
It's definitely been in a movie, though. I'm not just.
It might have been a TV show. I don't know.
It could have been. I think I've seen it. What is that healthy deer? And it turns and it has two heads. And then look at a healthy deer and it turns and the other half has just been like decapitated off and it falls over. Look at that healthy deer and then it's just been shot by a hunter. I think I've seen all of these variations.
Look at that healthy Gotham City DA and then he turns his head and it's all just burnt.
Look at that healthy Yoshi and then it jumps off a cliff.
Well, no, that's what healthy Yoshis do. That's actually normal for them.
That's what
it's like lemmings. Which, by the way, you know the thing about lemmings jumping off cliffs? That was lemmings being chased off a cliff and then people filming it and going, look at this weird animal I found that kills itself.
You chased it off the cliff, dude.
There is an insane amount of people going to the Arctic in like 1920 and being like, and I'm just faking shit. And then being like, look at this foreign land. It's so strange. Because I paid an Inuit to do shit he doesn't normally do. And he was like, this is strange, but yeah, I want the fish. So
they get paid in fish. It's a good market.
Probably, because Inuits in 1920 knew that money wasn't real. And we fucked that up for them.
Smart people. The value of your chicken will not fluctuate.
It's always worth a chicken.
Let me tell you.
You might have to make some financial decisions, such as eat chicken or wait for egg.
These are financial decisions.
But if you diversify, get several chickens, you can do both.
Maybe a goat.
These are the only finances that should be legal, indeed the only finances that are in compliance with God's law.
That is actually the finances that I would like to invest in. Is where are your investments? Oh, I diversify into grass and goats and wheat and chickens and cow.
I have many different types of interesting animal that can be eaten or milked.
Did you know that there is a breed of sort of like chickens that is called a guinea? It's a fun one.
Yeah, and it never stops talking about where its family's from and how you're supposed to pronounce that type of cheese.
It survives off of lasagna. They do eat trash.
No, you're abusing a chicken.
They do eat trash pretty much. We throw like all the eggshells and shit. They eat eggshells.
Why do you say wheat? You actually have one of these?
No, I grew up on a farm with guineas. Okay. Their eggs are rubber. They will not break.
Really?
They are very difficult to break. Yeah.
Now that's a game. Ooh, that's like a roulette game. 5 guinea eggs, 1 chicken egg. Pick one to smash on your head.
I forget. They're very different looking. You damn it. Easily.
By the way, before we go too far, I grew up in a family with guineas. Continue.
No, but we grew up on a farm, bunch of chickens and guineas, so it was an egg surplus on this farm.
What is chicken a slur for? Is what that
Guineas and Puerto Ricans. I just picked a race. But so the eggs would go bad, and when the eggs go bad, we would have fun throwing them against trees. And guinea eggs, you would throw them against a tree, and they would bounce back. Like, I don't know if it's that they go bad when they go bad, they turn to rubber, or what. But they're like rocks. They're very hard to break.
I need to lay hands on one of these things.
Guinea eggs? Just go to Little Italy. They got a bunch.
Just go to Little Italy, wait for a guy to walk out of the bathroom.
That will
Bop-a-da-boopy, my eggs are my poopy.
That's the one. Podcast over.
We can stop wearing masks now because we're fully vaccinated and then we don't have to wear masks or social distance. So says the CDC today.
But I don't think...
Minutes before we started the podcast.
I don't think that... I think we're still going to have to wear masks.
I'm going to still do it.
Yeah.
It's like a courtesy thing now because they don't know you're fully vaccinated. So just put the mask on so nobody's like... Are you?
And also, I'm going to go ahead and institute a new law. If you have a cold, wear a fucking mask. If you have the flu, wear them
outside, man. Like we can just stick with it. Like the Asians have been doing forever.
If you're feeling ill, just wear a mask. Fuck it.
Well, because there's all those posts about people being like, I haven't had a cold in the last year. Yeah, everyone's washing their hands and wearing masks a lot. We can stick with that one.
Yeah, keep it. We could get rid of the common cold. There's no cure for it. We just all stop getting it.
I don't even have to shave all that much because I have a mask on. And if you know me well enough that I can, cough on you, you can see my terrible beard.
It's a cruel, cruel world we live in.
It is.
For people with facial hair right now. A lot of just mustaches under those masks, just to warn you.
That's a big thing.
Picture that going around.
I like the new trend where people have just mustaches. That went away for like the 90s and the 2000s.
Yeah.
Glad they're back.
Yeah, no, I wanted to do just mustache, but Kylie would leave me, so I can't.
Ah, man, it might be worth it. Well, no, because you don't. The just mustache looks good with dark hair, and it has to be very bushy. You would look like Robin Hood cosplay if you did just mustache.
I don't know if you'd be able to see if I had just mustache.
Also that.
Yeah, it's very blonde and red.
My mustache is invisible except for right at the fucking edges. There's a couple of dark black hairs.
Real pain in the ass genetically.
It's not great.
Did your dad ever do just mustache for firefighting?
I don't think he's ever done just mustache. He would grow a goatee when he wasn't working because firefighters can't have beards. Otherwise, they'll die of smoke inhalation. So, if you're thinking of growing a beard, firefighters, don't.
You're risking your life.
Well, they were doing that already.
I feel like there are a lot of firefighters who are also smokers, and that feels funny to me for some reason.
I mean, yes, there are.
I know, it's just funny.
What are you wearing the mask for? You smoke.
It's different.
My roommate put a bunch of keef in paper and then put that in a one-hitter to smoke it.
Why?
So he smoked paper.
Yeah, but why?
To smoke the keef. I mean...
Oh, it would have just Scooby snacked him, yeah? Right to hell?
Is that what the Scooby snacking when it goes through the pipe and just hits you in the back of your throat?
Yep.
That roommate and I once bought our other cousin a gas mask bong, which is a gas mask with a bong instead of life-saving things. And he was like, I'm going to try and use it without water just to start it out. So he did that, got Scooby snacked, and I saw it spiral up the bong, and then he's got a mask on his face, and he's like coughing and trying to yank it off. I didn't help.
Why would you do it without water?
Because he was like, oh, a new novelty thing. I'll put water in this later, but right now I'll take a hit out of this.
Water first.
This was also the night that someone brought a bubbler, and this was like the second time I'd ever smoked weed. So I'm like, oh, it's like a bong pipe. He goes, no. It's called a bubbler. And immediately I clocked. I was like, I'm calling this thing a bong pipe all night. I'm going to drive this man insane.
Have you ever done a gravity bong? That one's fucking insane.
That's very night.
Day ender.
I hope I haven't told this story on the podcast before.
I don't think.
They had a gravity bong made out of a mop bucket. I'm sure not clean. This was college. And then like a 2-liter. So I did that. People know how gravity bongs work.
Okay.
I did that, and then the reason we were all there was screening like a student film that my cousin and his friends had made. So we're all sitting around. Some people are standing, but my knees didn't work, so I was sitting down and watching it. And I had, for a good 3 minutes, I was occupied by the thought, all right, don't ask anyone, because they're going to be like, oh my God, you're high, and make fun of you. We need to figure out how they're on TV and next to me. And work on this. And I got there, but it was a minutes-long process.
It's recorded.
Aha! This is before I was an audiovisual professional.
Eureka.
And that's when I decided I wanted to learn that magic. And now I have to care about lacrosse. So don't follow your dreams, kids.
They end up killing you.
I mean,
inevitably,
it's probably true.
Yeah.
It's probably pretty true.
At some point, your dreams will kill you. Like, with a knife.
Don't fall asleep, kids. Because whatever you think is coming, it's coming.
I have sleep apnea, so my dreams will kill me.
If your dreams are about breathing normally, then yes, they're lulling you into a
do
false
not
sense of
know
security.
how many times I have dreamt that I was choking, because I was choking.
That doesn't happen to me. I just dream horrible things have happened that I have to deal with.
Oh, that's your brain trying to wake you up because it's dying, so it's trying to scare you awake.
No, I think I just have clinical anxiety.
No, whenever I wake up with a bad dream, it's because I wasn't fucking breathing.
Oh, well, maybe that's the case.
Yeah, my brain's like, oh, we're shutting down again. Let's wake him up. He's in the deepest sleep. How do we wake him up from this?
What if we pretended that his deepest fears were happening?
Yeah. And you wake up.
And I keep waking up and going, God damn it, we were close, you motherfucker. No one could have blamed me. I do my favorite bodily reflex is that if you try and hold your breath long enough, you'll pass out, and then your body just starts breathing for you. So your body's just like, you're an idiot. Go to sleep. We got it.
You asshole.
Listen to a very long podcast about how much of your brain is doing stuff that you're not conscious of.
Yeah.
And
scary.
Are you your brain? Not really, because your brain's doing shit that you aren't.
I have to go to the bathroom, so edit point.
We did a live show on Friday. Maybe you were there. If you did something mean to me there, Fuck you, Kevin. You know who the fuck you are. Not the cool Kevin. You're cool. Cool Kevin. Bad Kevin? Coming for you.
I literally had to make the decision if I want to shit myself live on a podcast or if I want to go to the bathroom. I was like,
And I'm glad you stayed.
Help.
Don't forget to edit that out, by the way. It's a lot of dead air.
I shan't. If I even remember to edit it at all or post it.
Right.
Or do my job.
We were talking about dreams a second ago, and I know that people don't believe in Freud anymore, but also they put a big booby tall lady in the Resident Evil game, and everybody wants to suck her tits.
Yeah.
So he may have been right.
He did get us.
By the way,
in it with the long con.
by the way, she's gross. She's gray and has fucked up fingers, and is going to eat you for real.
But she's giant.
I don't know why they all had to wait for a game to do a tall lady to draw porn of her. Just draw porn of a tall lady that doesn't want to eat you.
I think that's part of it.
I mean, if the getting eaten is part of it, fine. But I still think if I had to get eaten, I'd rather get eaten by someone that wasn't creepy looking.
You can't get eaten by a femboy, though. They're too small.
True. And now you see my dilemma.
A giant femboy is no longer a femboy. What's a femboy again? Is it a boy
Just
that
a
looks like a
feminine
girl?
guy.
Okay. I was once a femboy. Nice.
Yeah, no. That's not what that means.
Oh, I didn't.
You had long hair, and people like to call you feminine to be mean to you. They're doing it on purpose.
Oh. Do they all have that lesbian haircut?
Some of them do. Some of them have long hair. The masks are a big thing because jawlines are one of the big things that makes you aware that someone who was AMAB. So masks have been great for femboys.
Now they're just their style.
Right. Now they can wear it around their dad.
Yeah.
You just got to turn it inside out so they can't see the cat whiskers.
Which are on everyone, whether you want them to be or not. They just appear if you're a femboy with a mask. Oh, I met a trans person last time I was in Akron.
Oof. Rough city.
Yeah, bad city to be trans
probably.
in.
I mean, they're all not great, but Akron.
Los Angeles is probably the best.
Were they a big Zips fan? Big Akron Zips fan, this person you met?
No, they like the high school team, the Tigers.
Don't get more fucking niche about my Akron references.
If you're from Akron, that just crushed. No, but they were trans, and the top surgery was great, like a great job. I was like, damn, good job. I did not know what to say.
That one is the easier one.
To do well.
Yeah, top surgery. I mean, because they already figured out boob jobs.
Yeah.
And it's easy to take boobs out of people, apparently.
And put them in. No, it was a trans.
But yeah, I'm saying, but both ways.
Yeah,
It's easy. That's the easy one.
It's easy to get boobs out of folks.
What do you do, Mr. Mammary Extractor? Well, I go around the county and I just see about getting boobs out of folks and ain't want them. I tried donating them to people, but it turns out my method of getting them out is pretty destructive, so I've just been feeding them to the guineas.
the
Italians.
Oh,
they love
small fightless birds.
I just keep telling them it's fucking mozzarella, and they're like, you pronounce that right, so.
This is prosciutto. It'd be matzah. That's kind of what boob fat looks like.
Yeah, sure.
Matzah. And they're like, we don't like the Jews too much, but we will eat this.
I think I've made a lot of personal growth by having the guy with this voice be actually the hero of the story, who's smarter than everybody else, doing free top surgeries for trans men all across,
and paying for it by making it
Blaine County, Kentucky,
and paying for it by making Italians eat it and pay outrageous prices.
And they're like, it's lasagna filling.
It is. And
that's what's in lasagna, guys.
The best goddamn.
That's my new lasagna. Alex Jones belief. Listen, I have all the documents. When they do these surgeries to trans people to turn them gay, because that's what those do. They take that, they put that in Stouffer's lasagna, and then you feed it to your kids. Of course, your kids are trans. What do you think? So, I'm sick of this crap.
I have the documents.
I remember when Stouffer's lasagna was made of orphan meat.
Alex Bones. I can't believe we haven't done this.
I have all the documents proving that I'm a skeleton. I'm not going the sex route. I'm going spooky. I'm going spooky ooky skeleton, Alex Jones.
I have all the documents that Jack Skellington was the hero of that story. Yeah.
They're putting chemicals in the water to turn the friggin' pumpkins gay. All these fucking jack-o'-lanterns are rainbow.
Rainbow is a slur for gay people. It's fucking wild.
Alphabet people is one I've seen on TikTok a lot.
What? That's actually great, though.
It's a good play on words. Yeah, you gotta respect that.
Good one. Wow, I didn't think rednecks were that fucking clever.
It's not rednecks. It's like dude bros, like the dudes that have a middle part and a plain white T-shirt and a chain, and there's a 17-year-old girl that has not yet realized not to go near that kind of person, and he's being a lesson.
He's 25, she's 17, but he buys her liquor, so he's cool.
Or he's 17, and he's definitely wearing socks that go halfway up his calf, and they're white.
I would like to think that it's his 5th or 6th year at Northwestern. Because
and it's his 5th or 6th 17-year-old girlfriend.
Yeah, and he's repeating grades. And we're like, how is he
at the most
in prestigious school?
Well, money.
Yeah, and it's his daddy, who he calls daddy. It's weird. Have you ever seen a boy call their dad daddy?
It's acceptable if they say, my daddy always used to say, that in that voice, you may call your dad daddy.
Yeah.
Not others.
No, nobody else.
Yeah, sorry, my friend from high school that did that, creep me the fuck out every time.
If you see a girl that calls their dad daddy, it's exclusively hot girls with problems.
Yeah.
The only type.
There really is like a blurring of boyfriend dad in that scenario.
Oh, yeah.
There are people that just want to call their partner daddy, and it's a kink, and that's fine. Also, there are wealthy girls who are hot with problems, and they don't understand.
Their dad wasn't around a lot. They weren't.
Or their dad was around, and now they think their boyfriend's supposed to be a dad.
Either way. Hey, your glass is still here.
It is. Mm-hmm. I didn't steal that.
I'm a good boy.
I saw, it was probably on TikTok, but it was just ripped from somewhere else of like televised couples therapy, which will help. But it's like, what do you want from the relationship, lady one? And she's like, basically, I wanted to provide for me financially and, get me covered and all that stuff and, drive me around places. Because when I was little, my dad would do all that stuff. I was like, your dad ever fuck you? Because this is not, it shouldn't be like, I want my boyfriend to do this for me because my dad did. They're different relationships.
That's the worst reason. I've been thinking about how sometimes people look up why people have the fetishes they have. So it's like they say if you have a foot fetish, the part of your brain that deals with foot fetishes is right next to the part of your brain. Isn't
that just true that the part of your brain that deals with the dick is right next to the foot?
Yeah, is right next to the foot. So sometimes those lines are just blurred. And I'm like, that's the only time where the story behind your foot fetish is the story isn't your dad, you want to fuck your dad's balls or something like that.
Well, in the Bible, to uncover someone's feet is a metaphor or a euphemism for fucking them.
Nice.
Because foot fetish has been going on for a while.
Nice.
Because it's hardwired into our brains to like feet.
Mm-hmm. No, but every other, why do I like tall women? Because you fucked a tree when you were 4. It's never good.
I have been told that if you joke about having a fetish, you develop it.
What? So, if you joke enough?
I don't have a piss kink. See if that gets rid of it.
If you joke enough or just once,
no,
it'll just
enough. It's not like a spell. If you make a long-term bit out of it, you can develop that. For example, I've made a long-term bit about every time I hear about Akron, I go, "You big Zips fan?" And now I want to fuck the entire Zips lacrosse team.
Oh, it's any bit? Uh-oh.
Right, yeah. This podcast is basically, it's just deep-seated fetishes.
We really like fucking animals then, because...
we do keep joking about that.
Oh, no! All around me, I'm familiar.
I don't know. I can handle ears.
horses.
I can handle ears and a tail, I think, but any closer and I'm out.
Yeah, I think I just gotta get before that's
ears and a tail.
I think I just gotta, before it gets to me fucking animals, I just gotta start getting into furries. I think that's the move.
Now, yeah, nice little spur off to the side there.
Yeah, I really faked him out. Gave my fetishes the old snake eyes, which
Furries
is not allowed in Foursquare. Snake eyes is bullshit. Snake
What?
eyes is when you look at one person and pass to the other.
Okay.
You never played Foursquare?
I never had that rule.
Oh, I would always play with people and say no Foursquare because you're a dick.
Huh. No, I never had that rule. I remember playing Foursquare. I beat the game by deciding that I wanted to be toilet.
What?
And
I forget.
isn't it King, Queen, Jester, Toilet?
We didn't name him.
Oh, anyway, I beat the game by deciding I want to be the worst one. And everybody was like, wow, swear to God, if postmodernism hadn't already happened, you'd be going places, kid. But it had, so.
A long, long time ago.
Now we're into like postmodern, I think.
Oh, God. It's getting conceptual. Everything's getting too conceptual.
Overcorrected. There is maybe one of my favorite pieces of art, which it's the Dada School of Art, which was basically like, World War I was fucking awful. I don't think the things we thought were real are all that real anymore.
Like the dollar.
Yeah, that kind of thing. It's like our absurdist meme culture now. But
Nice.
one of his things was, for art, he just signed a toilet. He's like, this is my art. And people are still pissed. People that aren't cool to hang out with are pissed about it.
What? Because he's like that.
Because they're like, art used to be beautiful marble statues and porcelain pictures of gods, and now this man has signed a toilet like 100 years ago.
Good.
I think the point was like, art is about the decision and not the skill it takes.
Yeah.
Like it's not hard to make a Jackson Pollock. Like, no, but you couldn't have done it because you didn't.
If you could have, you would have.
Or those big modern arts that are just big pieces of color. It's like, yeah, it's not hard. But neither. It's not most of the famous riffs in the world are not hard to play.
Yeah. They're just good.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is why just have sex with me, guys. It's like it's not good, but it's not complicated. But
also, you know how many years and art degrees and years of just drawing and everything that guy took before he made that painting that's just one color? He didn't just like do it yesterday.
He's got ideas behind it.
Yeah.
I do respect grifters who are like, I have flicked a paintbrush at this. It is art. And then a white girl buys it. Like, I mean, good on you. That's fine.
Yeah.
The white girl's happy. You're happy. No reason to stop this transaction.
I like the idea that the grifter does it so many times that eventually he gets good at it and it's actually art.
And it's a new art style.
And then he stops grifting because he's like, no, this is just art.
And that child's name? Jackson Pollock.
Jackson Pollock just likes cum shots. That's what.
That's why he's the modern artist people know. It's because you can make cum jokes.
Did he get meme famous? Was he the first guy who was like, oh my God, I got a Jackson Pollock? No, you fucking didn't. The cum shot
No,
guy?
I did.
The cum shot guy. And then everybody's like, I need to get one. And then we just lost sight of that so many years ago that now we're just like, ooh, good art. And if somebody traveled to the future from back then, he's like, no, that was funny. That's a joke.
Well, I don't know. I can't stop thinking about NFTs now that we're talking about art.
NFTs?
It's a non-fungible token, which it uses the same technology that Bitcoin does. But basically, it's if you create a piece of digital art and you want the original and not a copy, you can attach a non-fungible token, which takes a shitload of energy to produce, and the amount of them that there are even in the past month or so are fucking cooking the planet. But it proves this is the actual one that I bought. If you click Save Image As, you get the same image, but you don't get the NFT.
What the fuck?
So, you know.
What?
Capitalism is just getting more and more obvious.
Wait, so a digital thing, an NFT?
It's like, because you can make digital art now. So it's not like a scan of the Mona Lisa. Someone made it digitally.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying, how is the NFT cooking the planet? What?
Oh, the reason it's non-fungible is because it has to be a super fucking complicated mathematical equation that only works one way. And that's how they generate something that is certified unique.
Yeah.
And to keep doing that, it takes a shitload of
energy.
It just takes a server or a CPU or something just buzzing and wasting energy.
Damn. That's kind of cool, though. That now you can't steal a meme.
No, but you can. You can't steal a meaningless thing that's been attached to the meme that a price was assigned to. That's the whole fucking... That's why they're stupid. Because you can still steal them. Screenshots still exist. And that's why people like art. I mean, I get if you're a collector or some shit, but...
I've seen somebody the other day, their background of their phone was a picture of the Mona Lisa, not when they were at the Louvre, just a screenshot of like a picture of the Mona Lisa. I'm like, what? And he's like, isn't that hilarious? And I'm like, what's happening right now?
Hilarious?
Yeah.
Not unless I'm missing something.
Yeah. He's like, nah, yeah, I made my background a screenshot of the Mona Lisa. And I'm like with the margins and shit still in, like a bad screenshot. There was a Facebook Messenger bubble over part of it, and I'm like, what the fuck?
I get. Maybe it's something.
Right?
Maybe it's some kind of irony.
He signed a toilet. That's what he did.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
My phone background is a picture of a very zoomed in picture of the exact beginning and center of a nuclear explosion, which is like the universe tearing apart at that little point.
Let me see.
Huh? It looks dope.
It's
It was when I was listening to the Elmwood Speedball playlist, which we're not going to explain. You people got to start listening to this consistently.
It's just a dick pic, isn't it?
Yep, my penis looks like that.
What the fuck?
That's the universe coming apart.
Neat.
We threw that at Japanese civilians a little bit ago to scare Russia. We're the
How
good guys.
zoomed in are we talking about?
I forget. There's no
Atomic?
way I'm sober. I was sober when I made it that, and I forgot what the description was. And now I just like it because I like that sort of grainy black and white aesthetic. Like, you know, the way not New Order, what's the other? The way Joy Division sounds, it's kind of that's how it looks. Or that picture of Rasputin wearing sunglasses.
Nice. Rasputin,
Lover of the Russian queen.
Good
There was
song.
a cat who really was gone. He was a monk who fucked. Mr. Deacon Fuck is Rasputin. How did we not do that?
We're dumb and hacks.
Damn it.
How did we not do that? We're bad. I always forget
right.
that.
Right.
God damn it. I wonder if the Australians got our package full of Pop-Tarts yet.
I certainly haven't gotten anything from the Australians.
Well, they'd probably deliver it here. They don't have your address.
Yeah, so either it hasn't gotten here or you're a sneak thief who has stolen my Tim Tams.
Is that only
so.
Australian? Tim Tams?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's like a cookie or something. I don't know. You're going to give me shit that I didn't come up with a good enough reference to Australian food I've never seen?
Fair.
That was an amazing pull on my part.
I was going to go with Gaylord.
Golden gay time is what you're thinking.
Same thing. Gaylord Fokker. Ben Stiller.
I remember
He sat on
watching Sound of Music, and they kept calling, and she was like, "Oh, I love you, Gayog," and looking around the room like, "Is no one gonna? His name's got gay in it, guys. So we're not gonna do anything with that." Turns out that's how you say George in the Nazi countries.
Well, I'm glad they're not around anymore because that's dumb and no other reasons.
German countries are still around.
No,
They still
Nazis,
got
I meant.
Austria. Oh, well, they also are.
So did they still say Gayog in Nazi countries?
That's just the German, like how it's like how it's Jorge in Spanish and George in French.
I think
It's Gayog in German.
I like to think that was one of the things that made it to the gas chamber is that pronunciation of George.
That's probably something the Nazis wanted to keep.
Those bastard. I dislike him for two reasons now.
The more I hear about these guys, the less I like them.
Only two reasons? What's the other one? It might surprise you.
They did make good guns, apparently.
The MP40?
That was supposed to be really good. I think the
Were
STG
you one
was
of those
supposed to be
kids
good.
in high school who just drew guns all day?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, was I one of them?
Yeah.
No, I just hung out.
Oh, I was going to say, I was friends with more than one of them. Like, my high school was weird, man. It was very weird. People were missing parts. Everybody was drawing guns. There was like one really good artist that did not draw. The only thing he didn't draw was guns. And
A pacifist.
well, he just didn't draw guns, I guess. Yeah. But he drew a piece of art on the board. On the whiteboard, like in passing period, and it was like really good portrait of like Michelangelo's David or some shit like that. Yeah, and then some dude came up and drew the most detailed to the letter M40 I've ever seen in my life next to it, and I'm like, the gun's better.
What is
but
with those
all
guys?
he draws is gun.
What is up? What was up
He
with
could
those
be
guys?
a better artist than this guy who's a phenomenal artist, but instead. Well, one of my friend's dads was a gun dealer, and that's why he just drew guns all day.
I mean, okay, if you're drawing a thing that you see a lot of,
Yeah.
but that's not what the gun drawer phenomenon is.
No.
They're related to Fedora guys.
Become there's the evolution of Fedora. Fedora guy, I guess, is the third evolution. Second evolution is gun drawer. First evolution
Just a sad kid.
is a toddler who doesn't make eye contact to talk to
Yeah, there you
people. Oh no!
What are the degrees of separation between those and a horse girl?
Oh God!
And do they all become
One
Disney adults?
maximum. Yeah, they all work at Disney right now.
Disney adults are actually I rebuke them in the name of Christ.
Adults who go to Disney and dress
Not
as
like
princesses.
not dresses. No, like they're wearing jean jackets with Tweety Bird embroidered on them. I know that's Looney Tunes, or they're like, I love Disney so much. Me and my husband, who don't have children, love to go to Disney World. Like I don't want to meet those people. I don't want to speak to them. That's one of the great things about being an adult, which I don't know why it took me 7 years to start thinking like this, but you could just not talk to certain people.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, I'm not in a group project with anybody.
Yeah, so it's fine. And I can just start being like, like George H.W. Bush doesn't know where he was when Kennedy was shot. No, I don't think he shot Kennedy. I think what he's doing is he knows that we know that he knows we can't do anything about that. I think he does remember, and he's fucking with us. And if you're not interested in that, okay, go talk to someone else, because that's what I'm talking about.
I like Disney princesses who are 45 with gigantic tits but no ass somehow, and very fat.
What?
In Disney dresses.
You talking to jerk off to? What?
No. Their gigantic tits is important because they have many tattoos just in the breast area, and I think none anywhere else. And
well, you want people to see them.
Yeah, and then they go to Disney dressed as a princess and be like, I'm living my fantasy.
Oh, that's
45.
Insane. If you dress as a princess and go to Disney and you can drive, no.
I mean, even if you're anywhere near able, if you're 15, that's fucking weird.
I mean, honestly, I think that you should not go to Disney. You should be taken to Disney. You cannot go to Disney and be normal.
That is correct. You should be taken to Disney.
Which is now our new podcast euphemism for murder.
If you have an aunt who lives in Florida and you don't have a ton in common with her, and you want to do something when you visit her that everybody can enjoy because she's almost Protestant, go to Disney. That works very well.
Or take your kids to Disney World. They'll like it. It's for them.
It's for them. It is.
I'm just imagining
Take your kids to Magic Mountain, and that's not a euphemism for molesting your kids.
Go to literal Magic Mountain.
Yeah, go to actual Magic Mountain.
I'm just imagining two hog-shaped people from Idaho just bowling kids out of the way to get on the Tweety Bird ride.
Oh, yeah. One of them is dressed like a Disney princess, and the other is dressed like a Disney prince.
Or perhaps has a shirt on that says something like,
I'm with the princess.
If I charge, follow me. If I retreat, kill me. If I die, avenge me.
Neckbeard, fedora, samurai sword.
I think this is a different breed of. This is a rural version of that, where they actually have guns.
I like to imagine that he is, he's wearing a shirt that says "My wife is my princess" or something like that, and then she's dressed as a princess or something. My wife's in there, and it's got an arrow. I guarantee it's got an arrow pointing to it.
Great idea for a wedding gift.
No,
it's not that. It's close.
What is it?
It's a surprise.
I'm not gonna like this.
You have to wear it during the ceremony.
Wedding gifts are traditionally silver, so
no,
they're not. So.
I will spray paint a rock.
Here's a pound of silver.
Aren't wedding gifts traditionally like
money,
utensils and shit?
Yeah,
you guys have those already, so
we'll register somewhere. I'm just gonna register for TVs and gaming chairs.
I'm getting what I just thought of.
I'm gonna register for a bar.
A bar, yeah.
Or a box of cigars.
Everybody chip in so I can own this bar.
That's actually a really good.
That'd be a pretty good wedding.
That's a smart one.
Box of cigars. That seems reasonable.
Chip in for my. It just be like take care of all my bills for a month. That'd be awesome.
That'd be great. Most of that is the change in kid gifts to adult gifts is they become, instead of adding joy to your life, they're removing a problem, which is why you like getting underwear and socks. Oh, cool. I don't have to go buy those now.
Yeah, no,
awesome.
As an adult, phenomenal gift. As a kid, you're a monster.
Yeah, that's shitty of you.
Yeah. My mom would get me many other gifts and then also underwear and socks.
Cool.
Yeah.
Fine. I mean, you just gotta, your parents getting you underwear as a gift is like, you buy that for me anyway.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck that. And also, if you give out toothbrushes on Halloween, You deserve to have them whittled down and jabbed into you acupuncture style.
You can't give me food as a gift, you monster.
You have to feed me.
This is a chicken dinner. That's not a gift.
Does remind me of my favorite and my dad's favorite line from Bill Burr's TV show, and the only one I remember, which is he goes like, "Son, it's time for dinner. What's for dinner? More free food. What you bitching about?"
It's a good one.
When I went to my sister's graduation with my parents, didn't spend a lot of money. It's great. I didn't care what we were eating.
That's the way to live. Just order mac and cheese off the kids' menu for the rest of your life.
Fine, that's all. That's what I want.
As long as it's Kraft, none of that other garbage.
And for the love of God, the ones that are shaped like stuff taste different. I will not hear otherwise.
You're a bad man, you know that?
You know why they have different shapes of pasta? Because they hold the sauce differently and accent different things, okay? So the SpongeBob ones accent the powdery cheese sauce better than elbows do.
I like the wagon wheels.
Those are pretty good. They're similarly shaped to the SpongeBob ones, so...
Porous. And they live in a pineapple under the sea.
Is he? It's a good show, SpongeBob. It holds up.
First 2 seasons.
I mean, yeah, that's all anyone has ever seen.
Is it the first 2 seasons?
It's the first 2 or 3 seasons, I think.
Something
So we're just
like that.
playing on repeat on Nickelodeon while I was watching SpongeBob.
Goddamn right.
And those episodes all hold up.
Yeah, they're funny.
You should get the pickles.
For example. That's Neckbeard guy.
It is. That guy's a neckbeard. We all knew who that guy was.
Oh, yeah.
That guy has a sword.
That guy has and an anime girlfriend.
Yeah.
She's fake.
Just a salt-waterlogged anime pillow.
He is... Oh, my God. That just hit me. He is catfishing himself. So he found a girl online, but it turns out it's just him catfishing. And he's catfishing so many people that he does not remember.
You're going to feel really silly in a minute. He got catfish because he thought he was going to go meet a girl. It turned out to just be a catfish.
Dun, 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 dun.
Gotta say that one. It's not awesome, but, you know.
I don't have a choice.
It's gotta be addressed. To... It's Just Bits, P.O. Box 105 at the post office by Connor's house. Google it.
We should get a post office or a P.O. box.
I want people to send us stuff. I don't know. Do we have a following enough? That's my concern.
Yeah, we don't.
If we get a P.O. box that gets nothing sent to it, I'm going to mail a gun to it and then open it and shoot myself with the gun.
A lot of people in the Chicago comedy community like us, but those are not people
They're
who
comedians.
have things to send. They're people who will say, hey, nice show in person. And then I'll hand them some stickers. And they'll be like, yeah, I'll put these up somewhere.
They might send weird shit, though.
Like a gun.
Or a gun or like a weird rock.
This is OJ's gun. Jesus.
Let's get a P.O. box, and we can just tell people in the Chicago area comedy scene, send us stuff. Did you find a weird rock? You know, did you break a glass? Sweep it into a box. Send it to us. We'll open it on the show.
It's anthrax. We shouldn't have done this.
You think that during the anthrax scare, anybody ever sent cocaine just to be nice, and then they got arrested because they thought it was anthrax, and they couldn't be like, no, it's got... Yeah, I guess it was anthrax.
Which
Shit.
is worse?
What do you get more jail time for? Mailing cocaine as a present or mailing anthrax as a gift?
Gift is a strong word in this context.
I mean gift in the German sense because gift is German for poison.
No way.
Yeah, hell of a save, because I didn't mean to do that. I misspoke, but that is true about what gift means in German.
Damn, that's weird.
You really should have taken a semester and a half of German in community college. You'd be
I
right
would
on my
not
level.
have. No, I took 2 years of French, and I don't speak as much French as you do German.
I doubt you speak as much French as I do.
Yeah, I don't retain knowledge. I let it slide off my back like water off a duck. That's
that's a good way to treat knowledge and problems and lots of stuff.
It is a super. I have a superpower with a catch. My superpower is that I don't remember any traumas or grievances, but I also don't remember anything else. So goldfish are always happy because they're always forgetting what has just happened to them.
I do think it worked out in our cases.
Yeah.
I think that is just called trauma, though, because that makes it hard to remember things. My dad's calling me.
Answer it. Tell him he's on It's Just Bits.
Hey, Dad. Heads up. You are on the podcast.
Hey, I finally got on without an invite, though.
You're just supposed to drop in like that guy on Opie and Anthony.
Well, believe me, when I'm listening to the podcast and you guys say something stupid, I want to call in like it's a radio show. But it's never when you're actually recording it.
Do it.
This is everybody Google the Mr. Show sketch pre-taped call-in show.
All right, well, I'll let you go do your podcast. Hello, Connor.
Hey.
Yeah, I'll call you.
Hey.
I'll call you back when we're off the air and it's in the can.
Yeah, okay.
Your dad wanted to say douche live on air, but he couldn't.
Should have.
What if he said, you neckbeard fuck? Oh no. He does listen. Yeah.
No, he does. Occasionally I'll get a text like, Thin Blue Balls line. That was good.
I've been wondering, because we've been growing as a following in the Chicago comedy scene. A lot of my friends have started listening to it, and other people, and they've come up to me and they told me, hey dude, listen to podcasts, it was great, but our downloads have not been going up. And I've been asking people, I was like, do you download it? He's like, download? What the fuck?
No one
you did?
downloads.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, that's why our one metric for growth has not been going up at
I get
all.
more people doing it on YouTube.
Either YouTube or just figure out a way to measure streams.
There's gotta be. Does
There
Spotify
has
not
to be.
track
I
streams?
think Spotify might, but I think they send out like yearly reviews or something.
Well, we should do a last podcast thing where we're only on Spotify.
No.
But I want to. By the way, if the Australians didn't already own us, I would be sending letters to Last Podcast on the left.
Send letters to we have a clause in our contract that says if we find a better place, we can go.
It'd be great to be part of the Last Podcast Network.
So ask politely.
I mean, they probably won't. They already have a me.
We don't need another.
And he's more insane.
Well, you know what you got to do then.
Get more insane.
Or get more sane. So you're not him.
Sometimes, in order to get sane, you got to go a little bit insane. See, I'm already getting insane.
That's what an insane person would say. Yeah, the more sane you try and be, the more crazier you actually become. It's a catch-22. Because you'll be catching 22-year-olds with a butterfly net in the park soon.
How old are you? 19. Get out. I don't want you.
You got to catch them with the butterfly net first and then ask.
Then you ask,
can't
yeah.
do it the other way. A lot of catch and release.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you catch a fish that's too small, you're not in trouble unless you keep it.
Yeah, exactly.
Much like if you put a butterfly net around a lady and it turns out that she's 17, just let her go. Cops won't be mad.
I'll be mad.
No, they won't.
Well, you don't have a permit for catching people in the park. That's the issue.
You don't.
Or a license, I guess.
Fishing license is what
Fishing
they call it.
license, yeah.
But it is more of a permit because it expires very quickly.
You bought a fishing license for catching people with a butterfly net in the park, not for fishing. You're going to jail. What?
No, I bought a fishing license and then I carry around a Bible and I read aloud the passage that says, "Come with me and I will make you fishers of men." And then I claim to be Christ. And then they bring me to jail.
Rightfully. Anybody who's claiming to be Jesus should just be put in jail. Unfortunately,
I mean, that's what they would do to real Jesus. So.
Yeah, and unfortunately, eventually, one of the guys who is touted as a crazy man for claiming to be the second coming of Jesus is going to be Jesus.
But he can use the holes in his hands to phase through the bars? Where was I going with that?
I was going to say that he's going to be put to death in Texas by the electric chair, and it's just going to be started all over again.
They do say Texas is the new Rome.
Do they?
I do.
Now once.
If they put handcuffs on Jesus, would they put him on the normal way, or would they clip him through the stigmata?
I think the holes have healed by now. He's got healing factor. That's
when
one
he
of
shows
his...
up to people, I think he has stigmata, like his proof.
Really? Yeah. Well, one of his buffs I thought was healing factor.
I think you're thinking of Wolverine.
Oh.
Jesus doesn't have claws.
Yeah, he's a white mage. He heals others, but he's trash at healing himself. I get it.
Yeah, you virgin.
No.
Does Jesus have large talons?
What?
Did the guineas have large talons? That's Napoleon Dynamite. Do the chickens have large talons?
No. But the guineas do. It's called a switchblade. And sometimes it's a comb. You got to be careful with that.
The ones with combs are still criminals, though.
Oh, yeah. They have a different switchblade for stabbing
Yeah.
and a different switchblade for combs.
Said it once, I'll say it again. They never should have let Buddy C. Yancey be mayor. Really opened a door we should have kept
That's how
closed.
scalpings accidentally started back up in Greece. Oh, no, that was my switchblade, not my switchblade comb. Well, I guess this is the style now.
Then my brother Quick Stab Paulie just lost a fight.
Oh, no. Well, I guess this is how Friar Lawrence haircuts got into style.
This is the Gabagool guy equivalent of that bit where the nurse has to take someone's temperature. And I forget the rest of the joke, but
Puts it in
she
his ass
mistakes a thermometer for a pen.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, no, it's like she has to do a rectal thermometer thing with a guy.
Yeah.
And then the guy leaves and she tries to take notes about something, and then it's a thermometer, and she goes, some asshole's got my pen.
But a switchblade and a scalp.
Yeah. You know people survived scalping? That's fucked up.
Yeah, that sucks.
I
It's a
really
bad
feel
thing.
like scalping, as in cutting the scalps off of dead people, that doesn't strike me as too bad.
No, not of dead people. But
Yeah,
they don't
why
do
did
it
you
when
do
you're
it when
dead.
they were alive, assholes?
Because they don't want you.
Maybe they would have genocided you less hard if you hadn't have done that. That's silly. They would.
That's it. No. He's got a point. It was their fault.
I mean, why did you need handouts of blankets? If you didn't, suckle off the teat of the government, made your own blankets, those wouldn't have had smallpox in them.
Wild take of It's Just Bits. The Indians had it coming.
I mean, that is a real take that real people have.
Yeah, they're bad people.
Those awesome bumper stickers that say "Not stolen, conquered."
What? No way that's real.
I mean, yeah, it is.
Probably real.
No, I'm serious.
That you've seen it?
Yes.
In the wild?
I've had conversations on Reddit where I'm like, they're like, the USSR is terrible, and I'm like, yeah, but also like, this country is stolen land operated by stolen people for most of it, and they go, whoa, we didn't steal the land of the people, we conquered them with war.
Yeah, that's still stealing the land.
Or just worse.
Yeah, really.
And by the way, if you tell those people, if you go like, okay, well, what if they conquer it back? Well, you can't do that now. Times are different. We have laws now, by which I mean I'm in charge.
They had laws then.
No, but they didn't have laws. They had just like
Codes.
rules about how not to fuck with each other.
Yeah, it's essentially
And we
law.
were like, we're not going to do that. We're going to kill you, and then we're going to write down what you're allowed to do. Mm-hmm. And by the way, it won't be anything cool.
Those guys are literally pro-imperialism. They rooted for the stormtroopers in fucking Star Wars.
They don't, because they think they're rebels because they think taxes are what the Empire is. Star Wars, by the way, is based because the rebels are supposed to be the Viet Cong.
Oh, really?
And the Empire is supposed to be us.
Nice. And it's unfortunately has held up for 250 years of America. That has been relevant. That is public domain. America being bad has passed copyright law and is now public domain information.
By the way, do you know what they called the Death Star? That was the rebels' propaganda name for it? Do you know what the Empire called it?
What?
The Many Worlds Trade Center.
Why
Why weren't there any exhaust ports on the Twin Towers? Then they could have done it with one plane.
Yeah.
Reminder, 9/11 was bad because it was hack, because it took them two planes. Should have done it in one.
Be a better pilot, man. Just be a better pilot.
Would have been like Hemingway.
You know that there had to be like one of those 1980s sci-fi movies where the World Trade Centers were destroyed like the Statue of Liberty was, and just at the end of Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
So it's like, you blew it up, you bastards, but it's just the Twin Towers, and now it's very different.
And Osama bin Laden, I don't know, in Switzerland or wherever he actually grew up, was like,
This gives me an idea.
perhaps. There's a great advertisement for tourism that's a picture of the two towers, and it says, the closest to heaven that some of us will ever get.
What?
Yeah.
What?
From before.
Oh, okay.
Not the new one.
Yeah, it was like a lot of people got way closer to heaven in it.
I read a book about a guy that died and went to the afterlife. This was like in middle school.
Was it a biography?
Autobiography, actually. And they were like, and then we went to the World Trade Center. And I was like, oh, I guess this was written before 2001. Nope. Ghost Twin Towers.
That's Everlost.
Fuck me. Is it?
Yeah. It's a big part of the Everlost is the Twin Towers.
I remember that.
It's the Everlost trilogy.
I only read the
It's a
first
very good trilogy. Yeah, no. It's
Once I figured out they weren't going to fly
the
ghost
Twin
planes into them, I
Towers,
lost interest.
The Hindenburg is big in that. Every tragedy,
All
Pearl
the big-
Harbor is mentioned. Everything. It's fucking great. Parts of the Pentagon.
What's our home base in Germany? Oh, it's the Reichstag.
No. Yeah, they did not mention concentration camps, but that would have been an interesting short story of Everlast.
There is the thing about if ghosts are real, wouldn't there be a shitload of cow ghosts? Or wouldn't Poland be overrun with vengeful Jewish people?
Who's to say it's not?
Get on it, guys. We're about to do it again. Israel just did a Kristallnacht. So
What happened?
There's Israelis are going around fucking up Arab-owned businesses in Israel because it takes 3 generations to forget, apparently.
And we just missed it.
We're, by the way, going to get in trouble because of the things I say about Israel, such as it's bad to kill Palestinian civilians. I just did anti-Semitism.
Well, just blow up a Palestinian ICE facility and we're back on track. That's the problem with blowing up an ICE facility, is that the people you're trying to save are in there too. That's the big downside. Catch-22.
It's a real chestnut that ICE just put us in.
Yeah. Maybe just take down a wall. It's probably a good idea.
A bunch of balloons on the ICE facility.
Up.
Yes, we do up, but instead of a dead wife, it's a dead baby.
Up to ICE.
up to the Operation Meltdown.
What's that?
We're melting the ice.
Oh, that's the name of...
Yeah, melt is a metaphor for something. I just got a text from the Secular Student Alliance, by the way.
Oh, God.
Oh, there's a conference this weekend. I'm not going. I don't know why they just now texted me, because I went to a conference 6 years ago and then never again.
But they're like, this guy.
He might want to come again now.
False. Come to our live show, which is going to be 3 days before when this podcast's released.
See you there, Doctor Who.
We're going to start doing it monthly, so there'll be more.
So I guess a month from last Friday, go to our live show.
Come to our live show.
Come at our live show.
Come on our live show.
I'm going to be wearing new shoes, so if you could hold off on that.
I'm going to be wearing plastic.
You're going to be wearing the waiter shoes that you just kept after you stopped being a waiter.
I was just going to do a jewel bag around some nicer shoes. Keep them clean. But, yeah.
Oh, you know what? No, I'll put bread bags on my nice shoes and then people can jizz on them.
Nice. Smart. They got to be clear bread bags, otherwise what's the point?
Yeah, they got to see the feet.
Yeah, damn right.
Just fucking like Jimmy Buffett in Margaritaville, except lots of cum.
Stepped on a pop rock, by which I mean a bunch of jizz.
Busted a fat nut. Fucked up my dick, had to cruise on back home.
Fucked up my flip flop. Come on, it's right there.
But there's jizz in the blender.
And soon we'll render
that salty concoction that helps me get off.
All right, good night, folks.